Nobody wants to get united. Like, what we gotta do is meet everybody on 149th Street at the bench.
The Monday series of my channel where I do a live graffiti critique on some submitted work by a viewer. So today we have a piece of work from Ream, R-E-A-M. I'll highlight the letters for you just so you can see them as if you have trouble reading them to begin with, and you can get a good starting of this. Overall, I really like how you have done the piece. The 3D is spot on with both kind of it all going to the right point, and then all these kind of, almost like to call them halftone lines work well. They're all going perfectly horizontal. Gets a little funky up in the right over here, but overall, really good work with that. Nice job keeping it consistent, and the fact that you haven't colored the piece in, it gives a lot more neutralizing of like the darks and the lights contrasting between it having just a solid same background as fill. So that being said, really nice job with that, and it just being a basic pencil. Didn't really work with gradients or variants of like darkness, but came through well. Nice use of that, and nice use not having gradients where you didn't want them. It's all nice and dark. Next up, letter structure as a whole is pretty good. I really like how the R has this little bar that comes down on it. It's not something that I probably would have done, but it works really well. It kind of I almost want to say that's like one of your kind of hookups, one of your extensions that really helps the piece, is the fact that you have these kind of notches coming out of certain like curves. I really like that. It works well. You don't really repeat it. Maybe you could have had one swoop out rather than back in over here on the M, kind of have one up here, but it doesn't have the same cut as these two, but I think they work really well on the R, gives it a nice kind of edgy style, and you can kind of see them in the E, but they're a little lost throughout the piece. Just I really like them on the R, so maybe you could continue to do that on the other letters to get those kind of just a little bit more uniform. As far as uniformity on the whole piece, pretty spot on. There's the good, I'll get into this in a little bit, but there's good use of kind of all the letters opening when they hit one another. That's kind of constant throughout the piece. Whenever they kind of overlap, they open up, which is good. Nice use there. But the use of all these kind of, I'll just call them squiggles to keep it together, but you have them throughout the piece, which is good. You know, repetition is always key, but in this case, I don't think for a hookup they have much purpose, because especially on the R, it's just thrown off the back of the R in both the top. The top is probably worse. The bottom you can kind of play with just because it's flowing off the page. Kind of works with the bottom, but the top is definitely got to cut that out. Even this hookup over here is a little bit off. Maybe having a hookup that flows off of this line you have coming across to make the top of the R would serve you better, as these two really are just kind of tacked on. As a whole, it doesn't take away as much because you have them so often in your piece, but I feel if you would replace them with maybe some arrows, maybe some other things, that would definitely benefit the piece as a whole. Because your letter structure is pretty spot on. The only thing I might switch up is this kind of split top I apologize, A, because it does kind of give you the split top of the M, whereas like a standard A doesn't really happen. And when you draw it out as just like a standard A like I have, it does, in my opinion, look a little bit out there. It doesn't really look as a traditional A, in my opinion, has the connected top, which gives it the qualities of the real A, or the standard A in like just handwriting. So that being said, overall letter structure is good. The bottom of the E is a little weak. It's kind of masked out by this A having a lot of weight and the R coming down with a lot. So maybe swoop it up, have something come in here and play around with that, because it looks like you kink it up right there and then have another one of these swiggle like hookups to kind of round it out. I'm not sure if you were trying to go for like a double loop there, but that being said, just maybe giving it a little bit more power and weight down there would help it out. But overall, really good piece. I like it a lot. Has nice flow, fitted all on the page well. Kind of standard rectangle box for the whole entire thing, with a little slant off the back of the M, but a pretty straight R at the beginning. Works well. Kept it somewhat in line on the page. It seems to be coming down to the right a little bit. Doesn't take away too much. But yeah, so if you like the critique, let me know. If you think I missed something in the piece, or you think there's just something that needs to be addressed as well, let me know in the comments, as this is just my personal opinion on what the piece could use to just like a little kick up. And if you want to submit work, I'll leave my email down below, and you can just submit it with the bench in the title of the email, and maybe it'll get featured in next week's video, as well as if it doesn't, I will always do a text critique in the coming days to just help you out regardless of getting in a video or not. So if you liked the video, leave a thumbs up, and be sure to check out Grimm's videos, as he does these as well. He hit me up to start doing these on my channel with my own opinion on stuff, but he does them on different artists' work with different kind of critique stuff. So be sure to check that out. That video will be linked as a video response below, and it's gonna do it for me. Peace.